Good evening and welcome back to my second episode of Behind the Dukes. I'm your host, Brayan Rodriguez, and I'm here with Hayden and Hunter Royal. Thanks for joining me, you guys, on my second episode.
Of course.
So you guys had a great season, a very successful season, to say the least. You both ended your season with a solid record in doubles in 33-3 to win the Class B state title. And also your singles matches where you guys both won 17 and 1 combined in the regular season. The team also had a very good tournament, taking its second ever state Class B state title again and beating a very strong Mount Michael team. York's lineup did very well with Ty Schneider getting runner-up, Drew Hammer getting 5th, and another pair of champions in John Esther and Matt Mittman. All right, so just talk about that tournament and how it went for you guys.
Yeah, so to start off, we had two teams that we had never seen before. Didn't know anything about them, didn't know what their strengths or weaknesses were, but all we really depended on or focused on was how we could play and just making sure that we minimized our errors for sure, and then made sure that we couldn't let them do anything that could counter what we did.
Yeah. With having 4 out of your 6 varsity starters return, how do you feel the team's leadership roles were taken on this year than last year's team?
I think with the 4 out of the 6 guys returning brought a lot of leadership to our team, and we had at least 4 guys that knew what they were doing almost all the time and could help the other 2 just catch up or if they needed something. I just believe that the leadership and maturity that the 4 guys had returning really helped.
Yeah. So with you guys returning a lot of the guys and getting 4th last year, what was the attitude this year with the whole team coming to the state tournament?
Well, we knew after last year that we were going to have to step up our game because we knew that Braden and Luca, #1 doubles last year, really helped us a ton. And in order to, better on that, we were going to have to find guys that could really play and to work hard. And so that's kind of what happens. We had those 4 seniors that played on varsity last year, and we knew that we could count on the mat to show up and, play, but we didn't know what we were going to do for 2 singles. And so bringing Drew along was really cool, and just being able to help him and to guide him and then to have him really show up for us at the state tournament was really cool.
Yeah, no, he was a very young guy. I could tell he dominated a lot. So this was a great tournament for you guys. You guys racked up a lot of points for the team, and then you helped your team to get its second ever state title, which was pretty impressive. It also helped that the guys are really there for each other too. So what was the biggest obstacle this year with you guys?
I just think after the last year's match when we got second at the state championship, I think it really motivated us to go into the off season and really prepare and really grind for this season.
Yeah.
Because Hunter and I knew that if we put enough work into it, that good things were going to happen. And with the way that we practiced and played during the off season and really committed ourselves to our games, really helped.
And as a team as well, we didn't really have a ton of trouble last year with Mount Michael because we were such a strong team, but we also had the Pius and the Elk South that were always going to win the Class B tournament because no one can compare to the size and strength that they have.
Yeah, and they all moved up to Class
so
A,
that
right?
that was huge. That was a big motivator as well. But the obstacle, Mount Michael, the first tournament that we played in, we only won 1 match against them, and we knew that in order for us to be successful and have a good run at the state tournament, we were going to have to put in the extra time and to make sure that we could match what they were doing on the court as well.
So with your losses coming just with 3 teams and very good teams, what was some ways that you guys improved from those matches that you guys lost?
I think just being mentally focused helped us a lot because during those 3 matches we kind of lost it mentally and weren't really on our best games, and I think staying mentally prepared really helped us to get through our differences and be able to push through those big matches and help us to win.
So what was your guys' biggest motivator this year?
Going into this year, Miss Holder was a huge impact on us. We knew at the start of the season that this was going to be her last year, And so not only going for the state championship and to get that for her, but also as a team to like prove to ourselves and to the people who come from rural towns like York and all those other schools that say that they can make a name for themselves at the top of the lineup too.
So I was talking with you guys, and it was freshman year was the first time you guys played tennis, right?
Yeah.
And that's pretty crazy because now look at you guys. You guys are state champions.
Mm-hmm.
So how do you feel like the development went from freshman year to senior year? What was your attitude regarding the sport? Like a lot of people aren't interested in like tennis. You know, they're not really for real with it. They don't train as hard. But what was your guys' mentality?
Going into freshman year, I was stuck between cross country and tennis, and so Matt Mittman really got us involved. He would hit with us. He would bring rackets and balls and all that stuff. So we would just hit with him, and you know, tennis was fun freshman year because you know you got to run around, and then you also got to like smash a tennis ball. So that was fun. But once you really got like the competitive side of us, losing isn't ever fun, and so making sure that we can improve on our game so that we can minimize the losses was huge as well.
And freshman year for me, I kind of just picked up a tennis racket and was like, hey, this will be a fun sport to play for 4 years. But then after we started hitting and competing more, I was like, I really like this game. I really want to get good at it, and just really played a lot. And I think that with Hunter and I being able to practice all the time whenever we want to with each other really helped. And I think it kind of worked that way in matches, and we knew like each other's weaknesses and strengths and how to overcome those types of things, and just being able to trust your partner. And there's no one that has better trust in us, like in their partner, than we do.
Yeah. And speaking about that, so you guys have a great chemistry because you guys are brothers. How much do you think that helped you with your doubles matches this year?
I think having that chemistry was a really good thing and a pretty bad thing at times as well, because being brothers, you're gonna have those moments where you really take off the other brother, but at the same time, just being able to pick your brother up after he's down or whatever, after he hits a bad shot, you know what, and just being able to be there for each other, and just to know that we got each other's backs after the match as well.
Yeah. And also, so leading up to your state tournament, what were some ways you guys prepared for that big year that you guys were going to have?
So about a month before the state tournament, we got together with the top 6 varsity guys, and at 6:30 in the morning we'd go over to the courts and we'd turn on the lights and just start banging balls at each other and just practicing. And I think that going into the state tournament we were really prepared because we knew what we did and had the extra time, and we knew that the time that we put it on during the mornings and everything would really pay off.
Yeah. Excuse me, sir. Could you go out there in a little bit?
Oh, I'm sorry.
That's
You're okay.
I didn't even see you guys.
I'll have to edit that out.
Just edit out the question.
So, how did it finally feel to win your state title this year?
It just felt amazing. I think that the pictures that you've seen with just after we won that very last point, just the raw emotion that we showed on our faces, and I just think that we knew that all the hard work and effort that we put into this sport finally paid off.
Yeah. And going in as freshmen, so the top 5 of us, varsity seniors, we got together and we were like, all right, if we're going to work hard, we're going to work hard. And by our senior year, we need to have a chance to like win a state championship. Like, we're not just going to be out here to mess around and to get 5th at the state tournament or whatever. We're going to go out and we're going to try and win the thing. And so that also was a huge motivator, and that, you know, having that payoff at the end. You know, when Coach Holder told us for the first time that we won by 1.5 points, we all just got up together and we were just like celebrating, and we were all super pumped and we were excited because we really worked hard and we ended up having it pay off for us.
Yeah, and that kind of leads into my next question. How did the team feel? What were the emotions going on with you guys this year? Because I know it was a really good starting lineup for you guys. You guys had some talented people. So how did it feel with being there with the team? You know, what was their reaction when they saw that match going on, and then?
I think what really stood out for us was how Matt Mittman doesn't hardly ever show any emotion, and when he found out for the first time, he was super excited. He was probably the most excited that we've ever seen him, and you know, just to get that that extra little inch out of him, or all the guys out on our team, just that chemistry that we have and the raw emotion, like Hayden said, just to see that at the end was well worth it.
So you guys committed to Hastings College, right?
Yep.
So what was that decision like? You guys had some other offers, I assume?
Yeah, so throughout the last month and a half, 2 months, we've really thought a lot about the next decision and where we're going to go. And it came down to the top 2 colleges that we had picked, which was Hastings and Concordia. And we had really good relationships with both of the coaches, and we really liked both of the campuses. But I think that it just came down to kind of where we thought we would best fit at, and Hastings was the go. Go Broncos!
Amen. All right. I want to thank you guys for being on my podcast. Thank you so much.
Thank you.
Thanks, bro.
Also, I want to thank you guys for tuning in to my first episode and giving me all the love. Follow my Twitter and my Instagram for some great content, and tune into the next episode. I also want to thank my editor, Caleb Ortiz. He's been working hard to produce and make my videos better and better. So thank you guys for joining in.